ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಇದೆ. ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಬ್ರೈನಿಗೆ ಹೋಗೋಕೆ ಮುಂಚೆ ಈ ನರ್ವಸ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ನ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ, ಅದರಿಂದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಏನು ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ನೋಡ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ನರ್ವಸ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫೈಡ್ ಇಂಟು 3 types. That is central nervous system. So in shortly we call it as an CNS, peripheral nervous system, and autonomic nervous system. PNS, ANS. In simple, nervous system can be classified into CNS, PNS, and also ANS. Again, this central nervous system is classified into 2 types, that is brain and also spinal cord. Again, this brain can be classified into 3 types: forebrain, midbrain, hindbrain. Forebrain means front part, midbrain, then hindbrain means back one. So here again forebrain classified into cerebrum and also diencephalon. This hindbrain, there is no classification in midbrain. It just connects forebrain and hindbrain. So here hindbrain, it has an 3 parts, that is cerebellum, pons, and medulla oblongata. These are the 3 types of hindbrain. So this is about central nervous system. Then peripheral nervous system, it has only 2 classification, that is cranial nerves and spinal nerves. Those nerves which are connected to cranium, brain. So those are 12 pairs. 12 pairs of cranial nerves are present. And spinal nerves means those are connected to spinal cord. So those are 31 pairs are present. So this is about peripheral nervous system. Then autonomic nervous system, that is ANS, it is classified into sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. Sympathetic, ಸೊ ಇನ್ ಸಿಂಪಲ್, ಈಗ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಈಗ ನಾವು ಏನಾದರೂ ಬ್ರೈಟ್ ಲೈಟ್ಸ್ನ ನೋಡ್ತಿರ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ, ದೂರದನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಈ ಥರ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಡೈಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಲ್ವಾ, ಈ ಥರ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಅಗ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿ ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನ ಅಗ್ಲ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಸಿಂಪ್ಯಾಥೆಟಿಕ್ ನರ್ವ್. ಹಂಗೆ ಅಗ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಕಣ್ಣನ್ನ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರೆ ಸೊ ನಮಗೆ ಕಣ್ ಪೈನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಅಂತ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋದು ಯಾರು? ಪ್ಯಾರಾಸಿಂಪಥೆಟಿಕ್. ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಣ್ಣನ್ನ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಲ್ಲ, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಸಿಂಪ್ಯಾಥೆಟಿಕ್ ನರ್ವ್ಸ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಡೈಲೇಷನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಪ್ಯಾರಾಸಿಂಪಥೆಟಿಕ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ sympathetic and parasympathetic nerve. There is no another explanation for this. Then peripheral nervous system, there is only cranials and spinal nerves are present. So these are 12 pairs and 31 pairs. Here your part, that means brain. So brain, it has 3 parts, that is forebrain, midbrain, hindbrain, and this classification. Then very important part, human brain diagram and also function. Yeah, we go with that one. Human brain. So we already know the classification. Human brain can be classified into hindbrain, midbrain, and forebrain. Forebrain means front part. So this is the front part. Forebrain. It is cerebrum and diencephalon. This is the midbrain, and this part, this is called as an hindbrain. So very important, the functions of parts of the brain. So before that, so we all know that our brain, it has a weight of 1200 to 1400 grams. So here, see here, we can observe cerebrum has some folded like ridges, or we call that one as an convolutions. ನೋಡಿ, ಈ ತರ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಫೋಲ್ಡ್ ಆಗಿರೋ ತರ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಅವನ್ನ ನಾವು ಕನ್ವಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಸೆರೆಬ್ರಮ್, ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಲಾರ್ಜೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಬ್ರೈನ್. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ 80% ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಬ್ರೈನ್. ನಮ್ಮ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 80% ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಸೆರೆಬ್ರಮ್ಮೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ತರ ಫೋಲ್ಡೆಡ್ ಆಗಿರೋಂಥ ರಿಡ್ಜಸ್ಗೆ ಕನ್ವಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಇಯರ್ ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ right part, that we call it as an right cerebral hemisphere and left cerebral hemisphere. So this one, that means see here, when the left part of the brain, which is always connected with the right part of the body, and the right part of the brain, which is connected to the left part of the body. Here, the outer part we call it as an in cerebrum, cortex, and the inner part we call it as an medulla. So here midbrain, which is present in the center of the brain, and outer part means hind brain, ಹಿಂಭಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ತಲೆ ಹಿಂಭಾಗ ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನ hind brain ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. So this consists of pons and medulla, and this tree-like structure we call it as a cerebellum. The first we go with an cerebrum. It is the largest part of the brain. 80% of the brain consists of cerebrum only. So what is the main functions of the cerebrum? It's very important functions. Cerebrum, it is a seat of intelligence, emotions, willpower. So nam emotions, willpower, intelligence, so even memory power, those are all come under cerebrum. This is the main function of the cerebrum. Then in cerebrum, that means in forebrain, another part is there, diencephalon. It has two types, thalamus and hypothalamus. Thalamus which receives the information from the sense organs and send to the outer part of the brain, that is cortex. Cortex ಗೆ ಅದನ್ನ send ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. And the main important one is hypothalamus. This hypothalamus, it maintains our water balance in our body. Hepatite, ಹಸುವಾಗೋದನ್ನ ಹೇಳೋದು ಕೂಡ ಹೈಪೋಥಾಲಮಸ್ಸೇ. ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಸ್ಲೀಪ್, ಸೊ ನಮಗೆ ನಿದ್ದೆ ಬರಬೇಕು, ಎಷ್ಟು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನಮಗೆ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ನ ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಯಾವುದು, ಹೈಪೋಥಾಲಮಸ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ coordinates autonomic nervous system and also pituitary gland. So this is the function of the hypothalamus. This is about forebrain, that is cerebrum, hypothalamus and thalamus. Then midbrain. So this midbrain, it just connects forebrain to the hindbrain. ಈ forebrain ಮತ್ತೆ hindbrain ಅನ್ನ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಅಂತ ಕೆಲಸನ ಯಾವ್ದು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, midbrain ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. Then what is the function? See here, this helps to movement of our head and neck. ನಮ್ಮ ಹೆಡ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ನೆಕ್, ಈಗ ನಾವ್ ಯಾರು ಕರೆದ್ರೆ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಸೈಡಿಗೆ ತಿರುಗೋದು, ರೈಟ್ ಸೈಡಿಗೆ ತಿರುಗೋದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ, ಆ ನೆಕ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಹೆಡ್ ಮೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ರಿಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಸ್ ಮೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಆ ಮೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾರು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಮಿಡ್ ಬ್ರೈನ್. ದೆನ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಹೈಂಡ್ ಬ್ರೈನ್. So this hind brain has cerebellum, pons and also medulla oblongata. These are the three main parts. This tree-like structure, we called it as an cerebellum. This is the second largest part of the brain. Which is the second largest part of the brain? That is cerebellum. So what is the function of cerebellum? Cerebellum, so which is the second largest part of the brain, which can control and coordinates our voluntary actions. So voluntary means these are under our control. That means posture and balance of the body that can be done by the cerebellum only. So that means the movement of the muscles, those are all controlled by cerebellum. Then it regulates mastication, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಗಿಯೋದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು. ಫೇಶಿಯಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಷನ್, ನಾವು ಒಂದೊಂದ್ಸತಿ ಒಂದೊಂದ್ ತರ ಫೇಶಿಯಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಫೇಶಿಯಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ಕೊಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಯಾವುದು, ಈ ಪೋನ್ಸ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ರೆಸ್ಪಿರೇಷನ್, ನಾವು ರೆಸ್ಪೈರ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ, ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋಕೆ, ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಆಚೆ ಬಿಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ, ಗ್ಲೂಕೋಸ್ನ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಡೌನ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಯಾವುದು, ಪೋನ್ಸ್. Then oblongata. So this medulla oblongata travels as an spinal cord, reaches the trunk region. So what are the main functions of this medulla oblongata means? It has controlled involuntary activities. See, which is not under our control, those can be controlled by the medulla oblongata of the brain. So what are those involuntary actions means? when we consider it as an digestion, so you're swallowing, coughing, vomiting, then heartbeat. We cannot control our heartbeat, right? So this is also controlled by an medulla oblongata. Even breathing, then secretion of enzymes na secrete ಮಾಡುವಂತ ಕೆಲಸನ ಇದು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. Then also it maintains blood pressure. ನಮ್ಮ ಬಾಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ನ ಮೇಂಟೈನ್ ಮಾಡುವಂತ ಕೆಲಸನೂ ಕೂಡ ಮೆಡುಲಾ ಅಬ್ಲಾಂಗೇಟಾ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಮೈನ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಬ್ರೈನ್. ಹೋಪ್ ಯು ಆಲ್ understand this, the parts and the function of the brain. So this brain that is protected by a bony box structure, we call it as a skull or cranium, and this cranium, it consists of a fluid that is called cerebrospinal fluid that acts as a shock absorber. So when we touch on your back, we can feel a hard bumpy structure, right? So that we call it as an vertebral column. That vertebral column protects the spinal cord. And this is about the parts and function of the brain. Then how does this nervous tissue cause action? Hangadre ee nervous tissue ಹೆಂಗೆ action ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? That means how can it receives the information? Then how can it sends around the body? How it process? How it make decision? And how it transfers information to muscles. So these are all the questions. How does nervous tissue cause action? So that means when the information is transferred into the animal muscles, those will be moved first. It means muscle cells will be moved. Then how these muscle cells are moved? Muscle cells are moved by changing their shape. ಸೊ ಮಸಲ್ಸ್ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವುಗಳ ಶೇಪ್ ಅನ್ನ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದೇ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಶಾರ್ಟರ್. ಸೊ ಶೇಪ್ಸ್ ನ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ದೆನ್ ಹೌ ದೀಸ್ ಮಸಲ್ಸ್ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಶೇಪ್? These muscles are having a special proteins. Those proteins changes their shape. That means their arrangements and structure of the cell, those are all controlled by an special proteins. In 9th standard, we already know that voluntary and involuntary muscles. Voluntary muscles means those muscles which are under our control. Involuntary muscles means those are not under our control. So these are carried out by the nervous tissue. So in this type, nervous tissue cause action. So these are the important points up to brain.